Okay. Hi everyone. So in this video, I am talking about the concept related to defect management process in software testing. So assume you are a software tester. You are working as a software tester in your company. Okay. So you are testing with the help of test cases for your web application. So in that time, you faced one issue. You faced one issue. So that issue is nothing but you are unable to log in. You are unable to log in. You are unable to log in into the application. So in this case, you entered valid username. Valid username. Okay. The next one is valid password. Okay. But you are unable to log in this case. So this situation or this issue is nothing but a defect. Why it is called as a defect? So this application is under testing, not deliverable. It's not delivered to the customer. So it's under testing. So under testing, what are the issues are coming? Those issues are nothing but defects. Okay, those issues are nothing but defects. Okay, so during the development process is nothing but developers working on the code for implementation of future. Okay, so in that time they faced some issues. Those issues are nothing but bugs. So defects are clear, bugs are clear. So these two types are cleared in the QA and dev environment. So after that, your company plan to release this software to production. Okay. So in the production, the same issue is happening. So in that time, you should consider that is a failure. That is a failure. That is a failure. So now you have understand. Okay, what is defect, what is bug, what is failure. Okay, defect is nothing but in testing process, simply in testing process, you are facing defects. In development process, you are facing bugs. In the production environment, suppose we are using Amazon Flipkart. So directly log in into the URL of Flipkart and Amazon. So in that time you are facing some issue. So directly you are the customer, you are facing the issue, that is the failure. That is not a bug, that is not a defect. So why? Customer is affecting. Okay, so not a developer, not a tester. Directly customer is affecting, customer is facing the issue. So in that time what customer do? So immediately, so go back to the another website, or go back to that application and go to the another website and buy something. Okay, that is the disadvantage. Okay, company loss some amount in that case, right? So that is the reason you should focus on defects. Okay, so in software testing you have some defect management process and some life cycle is also there. Okay, so in this video I'm discussing entirely what is defect management and how to manage that defect. Okay, so please listen carefully. So I'm telling very important point. Okay, so I am removing all these things. So I'm writing defect. Okay, so what is defect? So in the defect, sorry. So what is defect means? So you are testing some requirement. Okay, you are testing some requirement. Requirement means, so requirement, user should log in with valid credentials. Okay, so this is your requirement. Okay, you have some test cases. You have some test cases. Suppose you have 10 test cases. You have 10 test cases for this requirement. 10 test cases for this requirement. So you are facing one issue on third test case. Okay, third test case. So in the test case, you have some expected result. Okay, expected result. This expected result is not come while testing the third test case. Okay, so please remember this point. So while you are testing a software application from end user requirement or business requirement, okay, you need to test the, or you need to match the expected result and actual result. So if the expected result and actual result are same, that is working fine. Okay, that is working fine. So if expected result, okay, if expected result and actual result not equal to means both are not equal. Expected result is not equal to the actual result. So in this case, it's not working. Not working. So this situation is nothing but a defect. Okay. So every time, for every test case, you need to verify your expected result and actual result are same or not. So expected result means, so you are imagine the output. You don't know what is the output. So while testing or before requirement coming to the picture. Okay. So once the requirement is come to the uh, business analyst to tester, so immediately all testers are working on the test cases and test scenarios, right? They don't know about the actual output. They don't know about the actual output. So they only know the cases and scenarios. How to test that scenario, and in that time they also write the expected result. So this requirement working like this, right? So that is nothing but expected result. So after a developer release the all the features into the QA environment, so then only testers able to see the actual result. So whenever release coming to the QA environment, so testers match the expected result to actual result. Okay, so in that time, so both expected result and actual result are same, so immediately testers pass the test case. So otherwise the test case is failed. Okay, so I'm assuming you are understand the concept of defect. Okay, okay, so in now I'm telling very important point, guys. So that is the bug report. Bug report. So in real time, you have one bug tracking tool, that is nothing but Jira or defect tracking tool. Bug or defect, both are same, but some difference is there. Some difference is there. Okay. So in the bug report or defect report, in the real time, we are using Jira tool, and some companies are using some sheet. Okay. So now I am explaining the bug report, how to write the bug report in Excel sheet. How to write the bug report in Excel sheet. So in the later sessions, I will definitely tell what is the real time, how to apply the this concepts into the real-time scenarios. Okay, so now onwards I will explain only concept. Okay, please understand the concept. After that you will have some idea about the concept, and now after that you will have to convert this concept into the real-time cases. Okay, so now what is a bug report? So bug report, in the sense, you have a you have to maintain some document format. Okay, so in the document you need to collect all the bugs and store at one place. That place is nothing but bug report. Okay, so this is the detailed document about bugs. This is detailed document about bugs. Okay, so in the document, so what are the columns are available? So please listen, this is very very important. So every software industry, so in the testing field, these fields are same. There is no difference. So once you will enter into the software industry, these columns are same everywhere. Okay, so first one is defect ID. Okay, next one is description. So don't worry, I will explain one by one. So now I am taking I'm note the one by one about the columns. Okay, so a version. Mm, fourth one is steps. Fifth one is date raised. Sixth one is reference. Seventh one is detected by. Eighth one is status. Ninth one is fixed by. 10th one is date closed. Severity, priority. Okay, so these 12 columns are same for every software industry, guys. Okay, so now I want to explain one by one. So please listen carefully. So these columns, please paste into your Excel sheet. So after this class, please try to add some defects, and you need to test some. After this class, you need to test some application. You are assuming this is the defect, this is the defect, this is the defect. So you need to enter one by one. Okay, so in that case you have to gain the knowledge. Okay, so first of all, what is defect ID? Okay, so it is the unique number. So every time, so you are start a fresh project, there is no defects, there is no defects, there is no futures. So customer will give the 100 requirements for development. Okay, so your team manager or your test manager give two tasks for you. While testing the tasks, you have faced some issues. Okay, so immediately open your you create one defect in Jira tool and immediately add that ticket number into the defect ID. Okay, otherwise some companies are not following any tracking tool like Jira, so they are following only this sheet. So in that time they have some numbers, so you are joining in the middle of the project. So in that time they are the defect ID is 891890, right? So after joining into the company, you have faced some issue. So in that time, you need to enter that issue into the sheet, right? Okay. So your ID is changed to 1890 to 1891. Okay. This is the increment process. Some other time, some testers are added some defects into the sheet, so the number will change. Okay, depending on the defects, that this defect ID is changed. Okay, so this description is nothing but what is the defect. Okay, so complete information about the defect you need to enter here. Okay, so after that, version is there. Version is nothing but version is nothing but so currently your organization follow some version. Okay, so in your mobile, uh, some phone pay is there, paytm is there, google pay is there, some versions is also is there. So 2.9.6 or 2.9.6 or 9.8, some versions is there. You need to enter that version into this sheet. Very simple. Okay, so fourth one, this is very important. You need to mark 5 star. Okay, steps. So this steps is nothing but how to how to how to reproduce that defect. Reproduce in the sense, so how to that defect will come. How to that defect come into the application. How to follow, which steps to do you follow to replicate the issue. Okay, this is the detailed steps. So in some situations you need to enter some screenshots. Okay, so in that time, by using these steps, everyone can reproduce this issue. For example, so login page, in the login page you are facing some issue. Okay, so first step is click on the url. The second step is click on the login button. Third step is enter the username and password. Fourth step is click on login. So on login you are facing some issue, right? So these steps are you are mentioned in the sheet. Okay, so after that, date raised. So when you will face the issue, please add the date into the sheet. So reference. So this defect is nothing but it is not working perfectly. It means expected result is not equal to the actual result. So in that case, you need to add some document related to the requirement here or points here. Okay, so detected by, so you are the person detected this issue, right? You need to enter your name in this column. So the next one is status. So what is the status? So the defect is a open status, closed status, development status or testing status. So you need to enter here. So fixed by means developer name, who will take care of this one and who will handle this issue and who fixed this issue. Okay, so that is the developer name. Please add here. Okay, date closed, once your testing is done, so immediately add your date here. Okay, these two columns are very important, severity and priority. Okay, what is the impact, what is the impact of the defect on the application? You need to enter here. Severity, dangerous, high priority, sorry, what is the impact? It's very low impact on your application. For example, you put here some low. Otherwise, some severity and priority some same value sometimes, like high priority, low priority, medium priority. Okay, based on the priorities, developers will take the defects and fix the issue. If in case this defect is high priority, developers immediately fix the issue and give to the tester. Okay, so based on the severity and based on the priorities, developers work on the defects. Okay, so this is the defect tracking sheet. Okay, So I'm assuming you are you are understand the concept. Okay. So for example, your team found some bugs while testing some web application like Amazon application. So in that case, your team found 100 defects in the Amazon web application. So immediately testers inform to the test manager. Okay. So after the test, after tell to the test manager, immediately they will say, okay, I will inform to the development team. Okay. Okay. Immediately test manager inform to the development team. So after 1 week, developer responds some with some information like we fixed some issues like 80 issues we fixed. Okay. Okay. So in that time, immediately test manager, okay, I will inform to the my testing team. Okay. So in that time, okay, immediately test manager uh, reported to the testing team. So testing team start the testing on the defects. So that process is nothing but retesting the defect is working or not, that functionality is working or not. Okay. So after the next week, testers response. So we tested 80 defects, but again we found some another defects like 10 to 20 defects. Okay. This is the defect communication. This is nothing but defect communication. This is repeated again and again. Okay. So now let's talk about the concept related to defect management process. So it is a systematic way of identifying, okay, so documenting, prioritizing and resolving. So guys, please note down in your notes. So it is very important concept. So defect management process. So once complete these sessions, so you will get the clarity. So why defect management process and how to use in IT industry. Okay, and how to use in software testing. So definitely you will get the clarity once these sessions are completed. Okay, so now I'm in this class I'm telling about so defect management process. Yesterday we already see, sorry, you already saw. So what is defect and um, how to reproduce a defect and how to identify a defect and what is expected result and what is actual result, and at the same time so we are already discussed about related to defect tracking sheet and columns, and for each column what is the purpose to use in the sheet. Okay, so we already talked about, but now in this video, so how to identifying and how to prioritizing and how to resolving the defects. Okay, so these concepts are covering in this video, so don't miss this video. Please like the video and subscribe to my channel. So if you will subscribe to my channel, so that is very good for me. Okay, so for more content like this, so please subscribe to my channel and like the like the video and click on the bell icon for notification purpose. Okay, so in the defect management process we have a several steps. So now I want to discuss the step 1. Okay, step 1. So step 1 is nothing but identification. Step 1 is nothing but identification. Testers or users report defect. Okay, so let's assume you are a tester or some user, you facing one issue. Okay, okay, so you are facing the issue encounter during testing. or actual use of the software. Okay, so I think you are not understanding this point, so I'm repeating once again. Testers are users. Okay, report defects. Report defects. They encounter during testing or actual use of software. Actual use of software. Okay, sorry. So here is one example. I'm talking about one example. Okay, it includes like defect description, steps to reproduce, okay, severity and environment. So in this case, identification case, this is the first step, right? So in the step, you identified one defect. Okay, you identified one defect. So by using, so let's say for example, you are tested one test case. So in the test case, steps is there. Okay, our expected result is there, right? Expected result, but in this case, expected result is fail. Sorry, actual result is fail. Actual result is fail. Okay, so immediately you can add this defect into defect tracking sheet. You can add this defect into defect tracking sheet. Okay, so with the defect id, description, simply description, and the steps to reproduce, priority. Okay, so and environment where it occurred. Okay, so suppose you are facing the issue in QA environment, please mention, so this issue is coming in QA environment. Okay, that's it. So this is the identification process. So once you identify the issue, so this is the approach to follow. This is the approach. So this is the actual approach. This is the real-time approach. Okay, so first of I am telling once again. So you are a tester, you identified one issue. Okay, immediately, so when you will face the issue while testing this test case. Okay, so in the test case we have a expected result, steps, and actual result. So while testing the test case, you should identify, so what is the you should match with expected result and actual result. So if the expected result and the actual result are both are matched, the test case is passed. If in case that expected result and actual result is not passed, not equal, so that test case is failed. Okay, so in this case, the test case is failed. Okay, so immediately you can add this defect into the defect tracking sheet or a defect tracking tool. Okay, so then you can assign this defect to the developer. So in the defect sheet, you have defect id, description, steps to reproduce, means how to reproduce this issue. Okay, how to reproduce this issue. So how, and after that, priority, what is the priority of that issue. Okay, and also environment where it occurred. Okay, so this is the identification process. Okay, the next one is step 2. Logging and prioritization. So what it means, so once one defect is reported, this is the defect, right? So once a defect is reported, it is logged into tracking system like Jira and Bugzilla. So we have some tracking tools are there. Tracking tools are there. So most of the time we are using Jira. Okay. So you can add this defect into the, okay, you should add this defect into the Jira tool. Okay, then it is prioritized based on the severity and impact on the software. So what is severity? Suppose you are facing some text issue, spelling issue. Suppose Amazon logo is there. Amazon logo is there. On the logo, we have a text Amazon, right? Suppose some letter is missed, O is missed. This is also defect, but the severity level of the software is low. Okay, very low. Low. Okay, it is not impacting on the actual software. But when clicking on the login button, user unable to log in, that is the priority level is high. So it actually it is impacting on the actual software. So that is the reason it is a high priority. So severity is also high. So based on the prioritization matrix, okay. So what is the prioritization matrix means? So low impact to critical. So this is mainly what is the use of that to prioritize one defect. So what is the use for prioritizing purpose? Okay, what is the use? Okay, what is the use of this prioritization matrix? So helping teams focus on critical issues first. Okay, suppose, so now consider these are two defects are we are facing in our application. Okay, so now tell me what is the high priority issue, this one. So immediately developers start with this issue. So after that go with that one. So first priority is when clicking on the login button. Second priority is Amazon spelling mistake issue. Okay, so this way team prioritize the issue. Okay, that's it. The next one is assignment and resolution. So first step is identification is done, right? Second step is um, add the defect into the Jira and prioritize it. So prioritization also completed. So the next step is assign and resolution. So this defect is assigned to the respective developer or team responsible for fixing it. Okay, so they work on the resolving on the issue. Okay, this Amazon issue, this login button issue assigned to developer and developer start the resolution. Start the resolution. Okay, so so while the resolution process, what developer should do? So what developer should do? So in that, developers debug the code, fix the issue. So debug the code, developers debug the code, and fix the issue. Okay, so make necessary changes to eliminate the defect. So in this case, third step, they fix the issue. Please remember in your mind. So once the defect is coming, immediately testers identify the issue and note it down into the defect tracking sheet and immediately create a ticket in Jira and add the ticket into the Jira and the same ticket number send to developer. Okay, so before send it to the developer, tester take tester note the priority of the defect. Okay, so after receive the ticket, after developer receive the ticket, immediately they start the debug the code and fix the issue. Okay, this is the step number 3. So the step number 4 is verification and closure. So this is very important step. So once the issue was fixed, so this issue was fixed, right? Imagine this issue was fixed. So after that, tester verify the resolution to ensure the defect is truly resolved. So in this case, tester test the tester tester test the defect. Tester test the defect um, and ensure so the defect is truly resolved or not. So in this case, tester perform one beautiful concept, that is retesting. Okay, to confirm that defects has been successfully resolved or not. So the beautiful concept is retesting. Okay, so by using the retesting process to confirm that defects has been successfully resolved or not. So, and that is the defect management process in software testing. Okay, so defect management process is a crucial part of ensuring software quality and smooth user experience. Remember, identifying and managing defects promptly leads to better software reliability. Okay, this is the complete process about defect management process. So after that, one more important topic is bug life cycle. Okay, so bug life cycle. So bugs are also known as defects or issues. Okay, in the software development. Okay, so they can range from small glitches to major malfunctions that affected the software performance. Understanding the bug life cycle help us manage and resolve their issues efficiently. So it is very important thing in software development life cycle. So bug life cycle is most important concept, and in interview level also this concept is very important. Okay, so whenever interviewer asks to you, so what is the bug life cycle, and explain, take in any example in your field. Okay, so that is the reason it's very important thing. It is very important thing. So now I am discussing about this bug life cycle. Okay, firstly, reporting. So I already told bug is identified and reported. So already told, so bugs is already identified and reported. Imagine you are using a banking application. You are using one banking application. Okay, so notice that transfer money feature is not working. Transfer money option is not working. Okay, so you report its detailing what you did and what you expected and what happened. Okay, it means, so you immediately you identify the issue. First of all, you identified this issue. Okay, immediately what should you do? So you can add this defect into the defect tracking sheet. First step is, this is the real-time process, guys. This is the real-time process. First you identify the issue. So identify the issue. Sorry, you identified this issue. Okay, so after that you need to add this defect into the tracking sheet, defect tracking sheet. Okay, so in the defect tracking sheet you should mention steps, sorry, you should mention defect id, steps to reproduce. Okay, what is expected result, what is current result. Okay, so these columns are very important, guys. So after adding this defect into the tracking sheet, so fourth point is very important. So you need to add the same defect into defect tracking tool. Add the same defect into the defect tracking tool is nothing but Jira or Bugzilla. So now we are using, so in my sessions we are using Jira, so that is the reason I am mentioned as a Jira. So Jira is a very most important thing. Okay, so next, what next? Assigning. So you can prioritize. So in the defect tracking tool you have some columns are there. So what is the priority issue? So you should mention a high priority. What is your priority of the bug? What is the priority of the defect? Okay, so after that you can assign this assign this ticket to developer. Okay, so in our banking app scenario, the bug report is sent to the development team responsible for transfer money future. Okay, so then comes fixing. So developer investigate the reported bug. So this is not my duty. So I am a tester. So I'm not responsible for this process. So debugging process and identification process and cause and fix. So developers investigate the report the bug and identify the cause and fix. Okay, some let's say assume developer team discover a coding error affecting the transfer money future and correct it. So they already fixed. Okay, so after retest after fixing, so developer send this ticket to testing team. Okay, testing team. So immediately testers start the retesting process. After that, testers start the retesting process. Okay, the QA team test the fixed future to ensure bug is indeed resolved or not. They perform the same steps as before to transfer money in our banking application to confirm that is now working as expected or not. So finally closing that bug. Okay, so this is the entire process. Okay, this is the entire process. So I'm telling another way. So very easy way. Okay, first of all, identified the issue means new. You can create a new defect. So next one is assign. Okay, assign to the developer. So the status is open. Okay, so after the assign to the developer, they can fix this bug, fixed state. So after that, okay, some pending retest process. So tester not take this defect to test. So they also have some another defects to test. So that is the reason this defect state in pending state. Okay, the next one is, so retest process is start. Seventh one is verified. Okay, eighth one is closed. This is the one process, guys. This is the one process. This is the positive process. Suppose so on retest process, this issue is not clear. This issue is not clear. So immediately this issue is reopened. So in that time, what tester should do? What tester should do? So immediately they assign same developer. They assign to the same developer. So that means step 2. Okay, so one more thing. So once issue is open, this was clear, right? So the next one is open. So whenever tester open on ticket, okay, so immediately uh, developer identify the issue, right? So if in case any another issue is related or not, if in case any another issue is also same. So immediately developers consider as a duplicate defect, or okay, this issue is not in code level. This issue is not in code level and developer level. So immediately developer reject that one. Okay, or suppose requirements are not clear, but developer do something, but testers assuming that is the defect, but in the requirement level it's not clear. So in that case developer considers it not a bug. Okay, not a bug. So in tester level also it's not a bug. Okay, this is the process. This is the 8 steps process. This is the life cycle about the defect. Okay, so this is the complete information about the defect management process. So in this video we are discussing, we already discussed, sorry, we already discussed what is defect, what is defect management process, and bug life cycle, and defect tracking sheet. So in the upcoming sessions I will discuss agile, scrum, some most beautiful concepts we will discuss. Okay, so now I'm assuming you have a good knowledge about defect management process. Okay, please subscribe to my channel and like my video. Okay, daily I will post one video related to testing, coding, and interview level videos, and also latest IT news. Okay, thank you.